everyone, I'm Suzy Cohen, America's Pharmacist, and I'm with Mark Blumenthal today. You all know him as the editor-in-chief of Herbalgram. Fantastic subscription. I get it, you should too. Herbalgram.org. Now, Mark Blumenthal and I were just chatting off camera about antacids and acid blockers, and he has something he wants to share with you. Go ahead.
Well, keep in mind, I'm not a pharmacist or a healthcare practitioner. I'm an educator and a researcher and an editor of a peer-reviewed journal, Herbalgram. And
he's very humble.
Well,
he's very bright.
Well, I'm interested in plants. Let's just put it this way. I'm very grateful that for the last 40 years I've been able to study plants and be involved with them and help educate about them, because there's so much explosion of research in this area that's very compelling and very supportive. But one of the things that has me concerned as an observer of healthcare, and not as a healthcare practitioner, is that a lot of friends and family members and other people I've known who are taking for long-term purposes drugs called proton pump inhibitors, there's a bunch of different.
Nexium, Prilosec, Protonix, Ace Effects. Those are just a few.
Yes,
Nexium.
That's correct. A lot of these are available now over the counter. They used to be available prescription only.
Yes.
They've made them available over the counter. So people have upset stomach and they'll go out and self-select these proton pump inhibiting drugs. Now, my concern about that is they may be okay in the short run for acid reflux or those kinds of things, but in the long run, what they do, it appears, based on what I've read and what I've heard in speeches at various conferences, is they basically reduce your ability to fully digest all the nutrients in your food, and they can create essentially a situation where you start getting nutrient depleted, even though you're eating in some cases adequate nutrients. But the proton pump inhibitors can actually reduce the amount of stomach acids that your body naturally produces, so that you can break down a lot of these compounds in our foods, and in the long run this keeps us from getting our full nutritive value out of these foods. That to me suggests that there is possibly a problem. It could be a public health problem. I'm not sure. I haven't seen a lot of publications on this yet, but I'm concerned about it. In the long run, if people take these things on for too long a period of time, they could be eating plenty of good food and not getting the nutrients out of it.
Right, that's a great point. I'm glad you brought that up. And some of the research that I've looked at suggests that if you take one of these proton pump inhibitors or acid blockers, you should be on some kind of proteolytic enzyme, some kind of enzyme that functions at a pH of around 3 to 4, something such as, I would say, papain might be the very best. So you can take the papain before you eat as well with the medication. And also there's some research I read that points to these drugs creating a situation where you might become gluten sensitive or intolerant or dairy sensitive, where you might not have been prior to drug therapy.
Really?
That's pretty scary. Anyway, if you want more information, 2 ways to get it. Go to my website, dearpharmacist.com. You can also get Mark Blumenthal's publication at herbalgram.org. And that's all we have for you. I'll see you next time.